friends texting me now. They want to meet. Okay, let's go on and go live. Here we are.
She's not in love, but she's just a friend. We're sick and tired of wanting to bring me. Now you think it's funny. Now you want to spend your money.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be with you in just a moment.
I will all my love can't call again. What in the world is happening? Listening, but don't yell at me.
They're logging in.
Isn't it ironic? All you want to do is for fun. Oh, and you forgot when you were done.
Hey,
You was right. I can't sleep anymore.
Spoken sounds of soul.
To walk through the door. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. Memories of it like people do. Except for it, being you. I should bring back the man I knew was good to me. Every time you see it coming, boy, you disappoint me, honey. How you forgot when you were down? I can't even anymore. Waiting for her to walk through the door. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. I can't sleep anymore. Waiting for her to walk through the door. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. One of these things is gonna happen to you. This is a lot like I'm missing you. One of these days when this dream comes true, that's the one that's gonna do it to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't sleep anymore. Waiting for her to walk through the door. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. Yeah, I can't sleep anymore. Waiting for her to walk through the door. I wish I didn't miss you anymore.
Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Harris here at BPU Radio, sitting in the place of Tlove until she's here. We are with Spoken Sounds of Soul. So let's go ahead and get this party started. We have some special guests in the house and also the co-host of Spoken Sounds of Soul, Miss Christine Washington. And what we're going to be doing is We are going to have a great, great show. So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's like you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be. Wrong, getting better. You're not the person they see. Can't be mad at the things you've been through, cause they built your muscle. Now you're stronger than you've ever been. They can't stop saying.
I just saw that film, and I don't know why. Why I chose to fall from the sky, and I was up so high. Slowly fading, losing my goal. Going so fast and the world is moving so slow. Now I got to get in and fit in and go with the flow. Those who understand me, they lack the knowledge of me. But I'm living.
Go get it, go get it, go get it, go.
Spoken sounds,
He's gonna bless you, you gonna bless hell. God be
Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Spoken Sounds of Soul here on BPU Radio every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Make sure that you're tuning in with Terry Tlove Coleman, the host, and with her co-host, Miss Christine Focus Washington. And we have a special guest in the house today, and her name is Tara, Coach Tara J. And she's going to be giving you a piece of her today. So make sure that you're tuning in, take your seat, and get ready for a treat. Today's topic that we have for today is who is on your profitable friend list for 2018. Who is on your profitable friend list on 2018? So I guess what we first have to determine is what is a profitable friend list. Christine, can you give me some elaboration on what is a profitable friend list?
That's Coach Tiara line. But first, let's talk about a little bit about her background.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, why you moved to Atlanta.
Okay, well, first I want to say thank you all for having me. Thank you, Christine, for giving me the platform, and Angela for allowing me to come into your space. I appreciate the opportunity for sure. I am Coach Tara Jackson. I'm fairly new to the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm originally from California, lived in Michigan for about 15 years. I just moved to Georgia in April from Texas.
Okay, so round away, girl.
Round away, girl. Yes, when the opportunity takes me, I go, and I trust God to handle it when I get there. So I opened a business about 5 years ago. After living what I would call a very street life, as I began to transition, I won't go into all of that. I'm not here for that particular topic. But
you can come back for that on my show.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I was going to say, speak up. They can't hear us. So I Respect the Queen LLC about 5 years ago, and I just found myself struggling like most solo entrepreneurs do. And about 2 years ago, I opened up Tara Jackson Consulting because I know when we're solopreneurs, we don't really have the help.
Right.
We build businesses and we really don't know what we're doing.
Right.
We kind of wing it, we Google it, we YouTube it, we reach out to people, and people aren't necessarily helpful. And so that's how Tara Jackson Consulting came about. Okay. And so when I came out to the Georgia area, It was more so because I really like how y'all do things in Georgia when it comes to business. Sisters, for me, from the outside looking in, because you know you have your own personal experience, it may be different. But from the outside looking in, I saw a lot of sisters linking up. I have family out here, so I was like, you know what, we going to Georgia. We're gonna see what Georgia has for us, and so far.
Well, shoot, you tried Texas, you tried California, you even went up north to Michigan. You know, I'm from Ohio. So
okay, Midwest.
Yeah,
you know how
yeah,
it goes. It's hard there. It's hard to do things, and so Texas was another opportunity that presented itself when I went out there, and I rocked it. I had some trials and tribulations, but I rocked it. It served its purpose, and now I'm here in Georgia building that profitable friends list.
Okay, and what I'm gonna ask you just to pull your mic towards you just a little bit. So that, because your voice is not as monotone as mine, you know. People, people gonna hear me no matter if
no matter what.
But you know that's not. So thank you. Now we can hear you because we want everybody to hear who you are and what you do. So so you've been all over the world. So now you stopped in Georgia.
Yes, I'm here in Georgia. I am rebuilding my businesses, rebranding. Just kind of getting my feet wet and seeing what Georgia has to offer. So far, so good.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm sitting in place of Tlove just until she gets here with Spoken Sounds of Soul. And Spoken Sounds of Soul has been a show that's been on, you know, another platform as well. Okay. And it's very, very successful. It brings a lot of powerful people. And the thing that I love about her show is that there's a conglomeration of people with a conglomeration of stories. But the end result is always that we end up with a powerful show. So I always like sitting on her show. So welcome on behalf of Tlove and Spoken Sounds of Soul. We want to welcome you and also thank you for taking your time out to come and speak with us today.
Okay.
And so
I appreciate that.
What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about you, but we're also going to be talking about who's on your profitable friend list for 2018. Absolutely. What does that mean to you, a profitable friend list?
About 2 years ago, when I started the consulting business, like I said, I had the Respect the Queen, which is an online boutique, women's empowerment, personal development, and I was, you know, looking to connect and network and attend events. And what I found is that it was really hard to network in Dallas. Dallas is very much a melting pot, but when you are from, you know, you're native to somewhere else, people are kind of territorial. You don't belong
here in Atlanta.
Okay. I haven't touched that yet. Maybe I will. But so far so good. But I found myself only being able to connect to people that weren't from Texas. And it was just like they had the same story as me. They were trying to network, they were trying to build their businesses, and they were, you know, constantly running into this brick wall of, you know, not getting people to show up, not getting people to follow through. There wasn't this warm embrace. And especially amongst us as a people, you know, you're trying to connect to your sisters, you're trying to connect in the community. And I remember people saying, well, you're not from the community. And I'm like, well, I live here. I live here now, so this is my community. I have children in this community. I'm building businesses in this community. And I just had a hard time, you know, really, like I said, really building. And one day I was just like, how do I do this? Right. And I realized that when people won't allow you in their circle, you have to become the circle.
Most definitely.
You have to.
And one thing that I want to tell you is that you've come to the right place at the right time, because here at BPU, it stands for Black People United. It stands for Black People Unity. And you know, we love all people, but we're focused on our people.
Absolutely.
And the reason why is because we need to be focused on us. So, you know, there are places in Atlanta that you will have a lot of sisters that will come together and try to make things happen, just like we're doing here right now. You know, just for instance, Christine, she's great at a lot of things. She's actually the producer of my show as well as Spoken Sounds of Soul. And that's what her baby is. Right. But she's also a connector. She's also a networker. She also wants to see us to come together to make things happen. Right. So there's going to be people here in Atlanta. I mean, just FYI, there's going to be people here in Atlanta because a lot of us are waking up if we're not already woke.
Absolutely.
So because we're waking up, you know, we're gearing towards more people that are, you know, trying to collaborate and do
like-minded.
Yes. So, you know, you're in the right place at the right time. You know, everybody's not going to be like that.
Wow. And you know, that is everywhere you go. You know, wherever you go, there you are, but you will always meet people who are not in alignment with where you're going. You just have to trust that God will always allow me to cross paths with the people I'm supposed to. And those I'm not, you know, nice to meet you, keep it pushing.
Right.
And
just know that your seed, you know, the little seed that you drop may be the thing that transitions their thinking. So, you know, even for the people that's not there, we still have to be mindful that sometimes just a little tiny seed can push a person into their destiny.
Absolutely. And you know what I say is that you plant the seed, you keep it pushing because it's not your responsibility of when it grows and it manifests. It may be 5 years, 10 years, 5 minutes down the line, but you just make sure you plant that seed.
And you can tune in on YouTube, on BPU Radio at YouTube, as well as the Music Variety page and all of our pages. Today, next week, we will be, and you will be able to go to bpuradio.us, that's bpuradio.us, to, you know, to also see all of our shows, and then we'll be able to replay them. It's a lot of great things going on here at BPU. Again, we have, you know, the Spoken Sounds of Soul with Terry Tlove Coleman, and then we have, you know, other shows, and, you know, the BPU TV. But the whole thing is to bring people like yourself in, to let your story be heard, so that we can figure out which way to go, so that we all can eat, so that we all can prosper, so that we all can climb. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt.
So, Coach Tara, let me ask you, in your bio, you have, I want to know, what is perfecting the art of storytelling and resurrecting business?
Okay, so when it comes to branding and marketing, a lot of times what happens, Christine, is that people focus in on the product, and they try to sell the product. So those are the people that you see in your timeline, and it's always about, you know, that $20 bundle or that $50 service or your $30 strawberries, and they don't focus on themselves because you are the brand, and learning how to tell your story in a manner in which it attracts people to you. So if you follow me, you know, I don't post a lot about the services that I have to offer. I have perfected the art of telling my own story, how powerful I am, where I come from, what I have to offer. And in return, people will hit you up. Hey girl, what it is that what do you have to offer? What's your services about? What do you do? And then that's the opportunity that you have to pitch. Because people don't like to be pitched to. So what I come to understand is that because I come from a very dysfunctional, chaotic environment, that people will tell my story how they want to tell my story.
Who can tell the story?
So who can tell it better than me? Who can sell it better than me?
Girl, and that's what BPU TV is about. It's going to be a 9-channel television station so that we can tell our story.
Tell your own story.
Because they sugarcoat it, don't they? They always want to take something out.
They take something out. They add something in. They, you know, they tell your story from their own skewed perspective. They paint you the way they need to paint you. And because I know that I come from a background of alcoholism, drug addiction, you know, street life, you know, just a lot of chaos and drama, jail time, I figured if anybody gonna tell this story, it's gonna be me. And so I learned how to play on words. I learned how to tell the story in a way that makes you feel like, wow, I gotta know her.
Well, you know what? What that's called is, and it's so crazy because a lot of us that come from a place of pain, a lot of us that come from a place of triumph, a lot of us that come from a place of things, you know, going through a lot, you know, a lot of times we start realizing the things that are going to be the most effective when it comes to us telling our story. And so it's descriptive storytelling. And a lot of people can't be a descriptive storyteller. A descriptive storyteller, when they start telling you a story, it's like, wow.
They bait you in.
Exactly.
And you're waiting for what happened next. You know, so I've learned how to tell pieces of my story that intrigue you, but that leave you wondering, well, what happened after that? Or what is she gonna do next?
Because I remember when I met you, I was like, okay, this is my first time meeting Coach Tara
in person.
In person, we talk, text all the time. She actually did my website. She was referred. She did my website. Very good job. And like I kind of gravitated to her. You know, when
girl, I got some questions for you when this is over with.
You know, your spirits kind of connect. And so when she goes live, it's like you want to hear her story, like she's saying, like it's a, you know what I mean? You want to listen to her. So the next question is this: profitable, friendless.
Okay.
Tell us about profitable, friendless, so we all can get a very good understanding of why we need a profitable, friendless
right,
in 2018.
Right. If you don't mind me backing up, because I didn't answer
Okay.
your question about resurrecting your brand.
Okay.
When I first began to tell my story, I told it from a place of more so a victim mentality, more so wanting people to feel sorry for me. And my first business, Respect the Queen LLC, which I have resurrected in the last maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 months, the business was failing on the behind the scenes. In the public eye, I was still getting all the likes, the love, all this, but behind the scenes, it was failing, and I was struggling, and I didn't know how to get the business, the money to come back flowing in. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is we got to make a profit.
Right.
And so how I resurrect this business, how do I sell the same service, but from a different platform? From recreating my content, recreating my website, all of those things that you think is the reason why your business is failing. And so the resurrecting your business has come into play from, let me show you how to use your story to brand yourself in a manner that you never have to sell it.
Right.
You never have to sell it.
That makes sense.
You never have to sell it. So I want to make sure I touch base on that before I move into the profitable friends list, because a lot of times people focus on all the things that aren't wrong with their business. They think it's the better website. They think I need a Facebook ad. They think I need to do sponsored ads or pay for website traffic. And reality is that you have to resurrect your business from the inside out. And when I say that, I'm talking about you.
That's good.
You.
Yes,
That's
you are your business.
You are your business.
Girl.
You are the brand. Nobody cares about this crystal gate of water. What is it that makes you buy it? And so that company and Bic and Microsoft, whatever, they had to figure out from the inside out, how do I present my business in a manner that I never have to sell it, that the people want it. That's how when you go to eBay, you don't have to sell a product on eBay. You post it because the people are already looking for it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And see, one of the things like with the Rebirth of the Black Nation that we focus on is, like you said, selling yourself. But in order to sell yourself, you have to heal yourself first.
Absolutely.
And so that's one of the things that we focus on here, is dealing with people to help them to heal from their past, so that they can move forward and sell themselves for who they are.
Right.
Not for what people want them to be,
Right.
And so I hear you going in the same direction. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do branding and marketing, and I would say probably a good 80% of the clientele that calls me for consultations and work or whatnot, it's all personal development. It never has anything to do with the business. It always has something to do with their past or something that they're holding on to. And so that's where the resurrection of your business, that's where the art of storytelling and profitable friends list comes from, because it's really not what you think it is.
Oh, and I see a lot of people that's starting to comment, why don't you call in and let your voice be heard at 404-382-0417. That's 404-382-0417. And talk to Coach Tara, talk to Christine, talk to myself, regarding this profitable friend list. 404-382-0417.
Oh, so you want to get into the profitable
So
friend
let's
list?
get into the profitable friend list.
Right. I know I did the video the other day and you were like, yes, girl, yes.
I mean, she was hitting on everything. And it's deep because I've never heard anyone present it like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you. Thank you. Like I said, running a business, and all of us have felt it, especially on social media. We don't run businesses the same way we used to do 10, 15, 20 years ago, where it was word of mouth and referrals, and you still can. But, people have gravitated almost strictly to social media. Even big companies have gone to social media in order to stay afloat. And then we see the downfall of companies who haven't rebranded themselves, and you see Macy's 68 stores closing because people are going online, right? So here you are, and you are, Glamour Treats by Coco, and I'm posting, and I'm posting, and I'm posting, and I can't get no love, and I'm reaching out to family, and I'm reaching out to friends. I know what my list is as far as my friends are concerned, and I'm saying, hey, I need a website designer. Hey, I wanna open up this brick and mortar. I need somebody to paint. I need somebody to do this. Right. And it's crickets. And we
Right.
all had that moment where we feel like, well, damn, why I can't get no love?
And the thing about it is that your close people or people that I get most of my business from people I don't even know.
Right. And that's the majority of
Right.
us. I'll tell you, for every state that I lived in and ran a business, my clientele wasn't ever from that state, not the majority.
Right.
Like, one of the reasons I came out here is because the majority of my clientele while I was in Dallas was in Atlanta. And now I'm in Atlanta, the majority of my clientele somewhere else. You see how that goes? So, a lot of times we complain, my family doesn't support me, my friends don't support me. Well, first and foremost, it's not their dream.
Right. Absolutely.
It's not their dream. It's not their responsibility.
Or their purpose.
Or their purpose.
A lot of times people, can't walk in your purpose with you.
Right.
And I heard a pastor say, I went to church at the Dream Center a couple of weeks ago. And I heard that pastor say, he said, the people that you have blessed, the people that you have done the most for will not be where your blessings come from.
Absolutely.
It's going to be from others that you're not expecting your blessings from, because God don't always do things the way that you expect them to come. But he did say that he would do it. And I was like, that's really dope. I have to carry that concept everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go, right. I think that, even for myself, because I don't think I know, when I was building my business, I'm going to tell y'all something, I didn't tell nobody, not even my mom.
You got to move in silence.
I moved in silence because I was already afraid. I didn't need you to project your fear and your negativity and your thoughts onto me. And so when I launched, I stayed behind the scenes. I didn't show my face for a second. And then I went ahead and launched. And shout out to Kimberly Austin. I remember this like the back of my hand. She was my very first client, my very first customer. And she was a friend from high school. And then a few other girls from high school had bought. And I was like, okay, hey, we about to do this thing. And I'm expecting all the class of 97 to come through and get a t-shirt. No, it didn't happen that way. Other than my mother, not one of my family members has ever bought. I love y'all, but not one of y'all has ever bought anything from me. Not a service, not a t-shirt, not a hat, not anything. And so it's very depressing because you believe in this thing. You have sacrificed whatever you sacrificed to build this business, and you had an expectation, and sometimes an unrealistic expectation that your family and friends were going to show up and show out. But like you said, it's not their vision. It's not their purpose. It's not their responsibility. And let's be honest, a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we live outside of this box that's been created for us and what we were supposed to do in order to be successful in life or have a career. So when you step out on faith and you say, I'm going to build this business, most of your friends, family, and coworkers don't get it because they have a corporate mindset. And so they really don't know how to show up and support you in the manner in which you think they should, right? So then I start looking through my friends list and was like, why do I have people on this list that I have not seen since June 6, 1997 when we graduated?
Wow.
We connected. Listen, we connected online because everybody connected online, especially when Facebook first came out, made the transition from MySpace to Facebook to Twitter to Instagram. All of us from, oh my God, I remember her, girl. Remember back in the day when we used to, and y'all never spoke again.
Wow.
You never spoke again. Why are these people on your friends list, especially if you're an entrepreneur? Your job online is to build connections with people that are like-minded that can help you get to the next level in your business, because you can't do it by yourself. That's the biggest downfall.
And that's one of the mottos. Teamwork makes the dream work, and love makes the difference. Because if you don't have a team, then all of your efforts, you're tired before it's over.
You're tired. You're exhausted. You are not an expert at every avenue or every lane in your business. If I'm making strawberries, what am I doing with trying to be an accountant? And then I show up during tax season and I ain't got all my receipts, and I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. I don't know how many women or how many men I've met who have tried to build their own websites. The websites are horrible. Business cards, whatever it is that you need in your business, you have to stay in your lane first and foremost. You have to understand your strengths and know your weaknesses and be able to reach out. Now, mind you, I know y'all don't have the money. When we first started business, the biggest problem is inventory and capital. You just don't have it. And so I started looking through my friends list, and at first I was kind of nervous, and as we all are. If I delete them, What are they gonna say? Well, they ain't talked to you since y'all been friends.
Right.
Right.
So I started having,
since high
I
school.
haven't seen him since high school. I started having honest conversation with myself because at the end of the day, everyone in your life and everyone you encounter is a reason, a season, and a lifetime.
Girl, I thought I was the only one that knew that.
Hello?
I tell people that all the time, and you got to know what the reason is. You got to know what season it is, and then some of the people that are in your life for a lifetime are not people that you talk to every day. But every time that there's something that goes on or a transition is in your life, that person is usually there to encourage you along the way.
Right. So once you, I call it emotional maturity. And a lot of times we're emotionally immature because we place these expectations on people that we haven't even seen since 12th grade.
Right.
And we expect them to do things for us that they didn't sign up to do. And so I started to remove the people from my list that I just knew I had no interaction with. And what I did is I chimed in, I looked at their pages, I lurked a little bit. What do these people have going on in their life today?
Right.
And if we are not, aligned and going in the same direction, then I had to check myself. Okay, what did I learn from that person?
Right.
What have I learned from that person? Did the relationship expire a long time ago?
You know what, Tara? One of the things that I also looked at, because there might be people that's going in your same direction, but are they willing to collab with you?
Absolutely.
Because see, a lot of people are very
Absolutely.
selfish and they want I, but they want you to support them in everything that they do, but then they don't support you. And that's a problem all in itself.
Right. So that's where honesty comes in, where you have to assess your relationships with these people. Right. And not be afraid to release people that God already been trying to release from your life, but you keep holding on. Let's be honest.
So when they close the door,
you
leave that door closed.
You leave the door closed.
Or open it,
or whatever it is, like you say, competitiveness and cattiness, and who they are as a person. You have to get honest with yourself. Who is this person, and who are they in my life? Mm-hmm. And so I started to remove them, and then it got to people that were so-called closer friends. Not the ones that I hadn't seen in 20 years, but so-called, I talk to them, vaguely or once a month or twice a month.
Right.
Who are you in my life? Do you really support what I have going on? And that's not just financially. Do you mentally? Do you emotionally? Do you spiritually uplift me? Do you encourage me? Do you hold me accountable? Mm. If I said I was going to build a website for this business and it's been 6 months, why do not? Hey, sis, I thought you said you were going to, that's the accountability piece.
Right.
You see that I haven't been online in a while. You ain't checking me about what am I doing in my business.
Right.
Are you okay? So then I looked at those people, and I ended 2 years ago, I ended 2 20-year relationships because I had to get honest. Mm-hmm. These women were never there for me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in any way, shape, or form. I was the one pouring into. And so I had to go, listen.
Girl, that's my story too.
Okay, listen, it's time to let go. Mm-hmm. It's time to let go. Mm-hmm. And then we got to family, and that's the hardest. That's the hardest for us.
Yeah.
It is hard to let go of the role in which we believe people are supposed to play in our lives. That's my mama, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my cousin. But is this person healthy for you?
Healthy. And see, that's the question, because healthiness is mentally, people understand, people look at healthiness. Sometimes somebody can be a financial blessing to you, but a mental burden.
Come on.
Or a mental burden, but a financial blessing.
Right.
And so you got to learn what puzzle to put a person.
Do the ends justify the means?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you're showing up for me financially, but you're a mental and emotional and spiritual burden, does that really help me? Does that really help me? Mm-hmm. Does that really empower me? Does that really uplift me? Or do I have to go through a bunch of crap to get the financial support, or vice versa? And so, really getting honest. And then I had to ask myself a deeper question. Mm-hmm. If I delete my cousin because she's toxic, because her page is just always negative, always draining my spirit, if that ends the relationship between her and I, then I need to really get honest about what the relationship was in the first place.
Exactly. And one thing that a saying that I use now is that I give everyone a benefit of a doubt until you make me doubt the benefit.
Absolutely. I like that. I'm going to have to write that down.
That's
going
to be a post.
That's right. That's going to be a post.
I like everybody a benefit of a doubt until you make me doubt the benefit. I've had some things like that in the last week that, I had to really look at it and say, you know what? Okay, this is this. This is this. This took this long for this to happen. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. But everything was me pouring out.
Right.
What benefit is this to me and me moving forward?
And I think sometimes we are afraid to say, how am I benefiting from this person in my life? We feel like maybe we don't deserve it, or we're not worthy of it, or it sounds kind of, maybe egotistical to say, how am I benefiting? Like we're ashamed to go, listen, sis, I have to benefit. This has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. If I'm pouring into you and I'm drained,
girl, but what happens when you have that type of situation, right? And then that person becomes the victim when you've done nothing but help them.
Listen, that's what boundaries come in. Right. You have to respect the boundaries. Because I had to get honest at one point, my page, my home, your home feed, because that's what we see the most. Right. Unless you lurking, that's what you see the most is the home feed. It was so negative. Everybody that was on my page, for the most part, was like whining and complaining, and there was always issues. Draining. And that listen, it's drain, it's energy. It's energy. And we may not think so, but you done been on social media all day and you're wondering why you feel some type of way. The bigger question is, why do you have those type of people in your life?
And that's where I have to check me.
Self-check.
Exactly. And 2018 is definitely a year for self-check, because, we can find the problems of everybody else, and even if that, sometimes it is a part of your purpose to help people.
Absolutely.
But when you're in a position to help people, but then you're not in a position to help yourself, you're really not in a position to help people.
No, because I take care of me first. I have to make sure that my mental, emotional, spiritual well-being is tight first.
And that's that selfish behavior
that we need, that you absolutely need. But we have been so programmed to believe there's something wrong with taking care of me first. I will deplete me of everything I have in order to take care of you, and that it's just not okay. And that goes for your business as well. Think about how many discounts and free stuff and over and beyond that you've gone for people, and you showed up and you showed out because they reached out to you. Hey, sis.
Checkmate.
Aces. But then when you are struggling, when you are trying to rebuild your business, when you are trying to restructure your family, then you find yourself alone and depleted, because you've given all of yourself to everyone else. And so once I was able to remove those people from my friends list and structure because I'm only on social media for business. Let me keep it clear. I'm only on social media for business, whether that's networking, making money, whatever it is, it's business related. Otherwise,
anytime you go to her page,
listen, it's business.
It's strictly business.
It's business. Otherwise, I don't have a need for social media.
Right.
I'm not a social media junkie. Social media is a blessing and a curse. If technology was not where it was at, I wouldn't even be on social media. I prefer to be in your face, speaking with you and pouring into me and loving on you. Otherwise.
Yeah, and I'm not a social media guru either. I never have been. The reason why is because, like you said, social media, it should be that you're making money. However, I do have 6 children, so they're on social media, and sometimes because they're out of state and stuff like that. But for the most part, everything needs to be like you said. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Don't make sense.
It
Don't
really
get me wrong. About 80% of my friends list is entrepreneurs. The other 20% is the family that I keep in contact with, and it's nice to keep up. We don't get to talk as much, we don't get to see each other as much because we live in different areas or whatever. But I'm not dependent upon it.
Right.
It doesn't make or break the relationship that I have with my mom or my cousin or an old friend or whatever. So I use social media as a business tool, and I mean, if you're paying attention to the transition that social media has made, so Facebook. Let me say this out loud. Facebook is not about connecting with your friends. No. Facebook is an advertisement. It is a billboard. If you look at your Facebook feed,
for you to put your face on that billboard.
Listen, it is nothing but advertisement. And now they're gearing it to where they're almost forcing you to advertise your business. Otherwise, you drown out in the sea of everyone else who's posting frivolous things. So if you're an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to use that to your advantage. Otherwise, it's just dead space.
Right. Okay, so Coach Terry, she's asking, what exactly is profitable for us? Who, for example, give us some examples.
I'm going to go into that. Okay. Definitely
why don't we go ahead and do a song and come back and let her tell us about the profitable.
Okay, thank you.
Call in.
404-382-0417. That's 404-382-0417.
Hey, John. Don't it seem like I'm always there when it matters, but missing most of the other time, a terrible pattern. The rewards I see from working have made me an addict. There's way more people that want it than people that have it. I don't get it, I would hate to think I tricked them. They fall victim to my system. Guess I sure know how to pick them. And I'm always a regret, yeah, I'm always a regret. And I always make it harder on whoever's coming next. It goes up and down, it's just up and down. She's crying now, but she'll laugh again. Cause we on the rise, she here with us. Expensive shit just keeps happening, she loves it. She stares at me like, who does this? And we hold hands while I pray that she's not the type to hold grudges. I'm wrong.
Bad boys ain't no good. Good boys ain't no fun. Lord knows that I should run up with the right one. If you miss the wrong, get along so bad. It makes my heart so bad. We got a special thing going on. Yeah, Mr. Wrong, if I try to go my damn, I'm cause it's not like that. Ain't no way that I'm moving on. I love my Mr. Wrong. Hung up off your good. Call when I run. Oh, family screaming at me, don't do it, baby. I guess they never had none. Mr. Wrong, get along so good. You know it breaks my heart so bad. We got a special thing going on. Mr. Wrong, if I try to know my damn you know, cause it's love like that. You know it, I'm Mr. Wrong. Can't think of nothing that'll make me walk out. I'm holding on. I love my Can you kiss and touching on me? I can't help but love him. Mama stay out my mind. I'm going so strong. I love my Mr. Wrong. Me and Mr. Wrong get along so good. Even though it breaks my heart so bad. Got a special thing going on. Let's go, Mr. Wrong. Even if I try to know my you're on, cause it's not like that. You know I'm moving on. I love my Mr. Wrong. See, I need to wait a minute.
All right. We are back.
Your hands can do incredible things. They can turn broken into brand new, beads into something beautiful, and they can turn your idea into a reality. The first step is a domain name from GoDaddy. A domain name is your website address, so find a memorable name that says who you are and what you do. Then it's all in your hands. We've already helped 17 million people find their domain name, and we have 24/7 support to help you. Get a domain name and start building your website for free.
All right.
It's like you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be. Wrong, getting better. You're not the person they see. Can't be mad at the things you've been through, cause they built your muscle. Now you're stronger than you've ever been.
All right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back with Coach Tara. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Thank you so much for just being here with us. Thank you for all of our followers and listeners for tuning in to Spoken Sounds of Soul with Terry Tlove Coleman. Christine Washington and John Pierre is missing today, but he will be back, I guess, at the next show. Now, we're talking about the profitable friends list.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to us, girl.
I want to encourage the followers on my page to dial in. Y'all better get it. Take advantage of this free consultation.
404-382.
Mic check.
404-382-0417. 404-382-0417.
Thank you.
Call in with your questions.
So, before the break, we were talking about, how to identify people that are not profitable friends. So when we get into what a profitable friend is, I want you to understand how to remove the people from your life that you need to remove first and foremost, especially as an entrepreneur, because you want to connect with like-minded individuals. So once I removed the people from my list, it was like, okay, now how and who do I build with?
Right.
And so I started to join Facebook groups in my local area first. So at the time I was in Dallas, and so I'm joining Dallas groups. Mind you, I'm running Respect the Queen LLC still, which is the boutique. So I have clothing. And then I also have Tara Jackson Consulting, which is just teaching people how to build businesses, branding, and marketing. What do I need to run a successful company? Where am I an expert? Okay, you know how to do websites, you know how to do flyers, you know how to kind of design clothes. I did pretty well designing clothes or whatnot. I'm not an expert at it, but I did fairly well enough to make some money.
Okay.
It's okay. So what do I need? I need a photo shoot. I'm not going to post no selfies out there. I'm looking and I'm researching. I'm watching other people's businesses. I'm going on people's websites and seeing how they conduct themselves. And these are people that I admire. I like how they're running their business. They run businesses similar to me. So you need to, even if you can't afford it, start watching the people that you admire, that you love how they run their business. You like how their website is structured. You just like how their company operates. And so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I need to get, other than using stock photo or these mock-ups for my t-shirts, I need a photo shoot. So I joined DFW-TFP. DFW-TFP is a photographer group where photographers will take pictures for free.
Really? Oh, wow.
In exchange for exposure. And when I say this to people, they think I'm crazy. I've never paid for my hair to be done for a photo shoot. I've never paid for my nails to be done for a photo shoot.
You know what? That's wild that you're saying this, because Tlove actually, I got exposure to that from Tlove, the host of this show. Every Wednesday, she was having a photo shoot, and it was a lot of different photographers that was
Studio Prime Time. Is that what it is?
Yes, Studio Prime Time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's her mission. That's something that she has been working with them for a while. She took a break on Wednesdays because she's now starting her show.
Right.
But I have several beautiful pictures from Studio Prime Time from the photographers. And, actually we were going to do something like a Studio Prime Time here at BPU Top Media. And
absolutely.
Yeah, because it's very important for us business people to have professional pictures. That selfie stuff, it works for the ghetto. That's the ghetto part.
And don't get me wrong, when I go back 5 years ago and I look at them pictures, I go, girl, what was you doing? But I was doing the best I could with what I knew how.
Exactly.
And I knew that I wanted to go to the next level because obviously I'm watching these people and I'm trying to mimic what it is that they're doing. And so I'm searching for photographers, I'm searching for hairstylists, I'm searching for makeup artists, nail techs, boutiques, all of these things. Like I need a website designer, whatever it was that I needed at the time. I started to join groups with individuals who had more experience than me in the area in which I needed them. And so I started reaching out and figuring out what do they need. So the photographer that I was working with at the time had a wife and she loved my clothes. So you can get a t-shirt, I need a photo shoot. Okay? It's really simple. So now I'm going and I'm joining all of these groups that people have the service that I need. And then I'm reaching out to barter and trade services with these individuals. And when I tell you, I have not paid for anything because we exchange services. Wow. So now I'm looking for like-minded individuals with things that I need in my business. If you need a graphic designer, reach out to, make a post in the Atlanta Black Business Owners.
Right, that's where I found
Seeking a graphic designer, barter and trade, and then there has to be a fair exchange of services there, in which that you can offer. And then when I knew that I was moving to Atlanta, guess what I did? I joined all the Atlanta groups before I got here. And I started reaching out to individuals for things that I needed. And you need an event planner. Okay, find an event planner. You have so many resources at your fingertips, but here you are reaching out to individuals, looking for individuals in your family to support you, and they don't have the experience that you need.
Right.
So then you go into a business group and you go into the members list and you look for people that are most recently joined the group. Why? Because they're eager.
Right.
They're eager.
They're trying to find something to do.
They want to work.
They want
to network. They want to collab. They're not the person who's been in the group for 5 years and tired of y'all.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They are the people that are eager to be in the group. They are the people that are probably new in business. So when someone's new in business, it doesn't mean that they don't have an expert. They're not an expert at what they do. It's just they're new in business. They could have been doing, they're looking for some exposure. So they will do so. Photographers will do so because they're looking for exposure. Now, of course, you have to be careful because there's all kind of people out there.
Exactly.
There's all kind of people out there. But and so you do your homework. You search their references. You make sure that they are good at what they do. I've had good and bad experience at Studio Prime Time. I went in and had photo shoots done, didn't get the photos.
Oh.
I went in and had them done and got the photos.
Okay. I had that same situation where you had to, and you know what, 9 times out of 10, if you didn't get the photos, they will get around and getting them to you. It took me over 6 weeks to get some from one person.
It's been about 3 months.
Oh, wow.
It's been about 3 months. Right. Post it somewhere. So you have to do your homework. The Meetup, if you guys have ever been on Meetup, it's a website, www.meetup. Go into those groups and look for people that are wanting to connect in whatever area that you need. Only you know what you need in your business.
Right.
And listen, people want to network. They want to network. If you're in affiliate marketing, go into these affiliate marketing groups. Again, looking for the people that are most recently in the group. Guess what? They want to work and they will work for you. They will create whatever it is that you need in order to get to where you're going. Why are you friends with people who can't help you?
Wow.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. You're connecting with people where you can't create mutually beneficial relationships, and then you're pissed off at them because they have nothing to offer you. They had nothing to offer you in the beginning.
Right. But my thing with that, the issue that I have, sis, is this. A lot of people pretend. They pretend to have what you need. They pretend to be able to do things that you need done. But it's all really for their own benefit so that they can try to get in and get themselves seen.
Right. And there's a lot of those out there.
A lot of here in Atlanta, you're going to run into a lot.
I've heard it's the land of scammers. Land of scammers. Baby, credit, cars, houses, whatever you need, they say you can get it in Atlanta.
Yeah, but even with the business people, a lot of people, especially when you're doing entertainment, when you're doing media and things of that sort, you have a lot of people that are pretenders. They're wannabes and they're trying to get their feet wet. And instead of them saying that up front so that you'll know where to help them or where to place them in your business sector, they pretend that they already have it. And then
Right. Well, we just experienced that myself and April Grubbs. Hey, April, I hope you're online. I'm the co-facilitator of a venue called A Seat at My Sister's Table, which is, it's all dinner events. We're going to patronize you as well. And this past weekend, we were in the DMV and we had hired ladies to come in and do certain things for us and realized that the title didn't match the area of expertise.
Exactly.
They didn't have necessarily, they weren't able to deliver. So here's the accountability piece. We trusted them based on what it was that they presented. What they presented.
Exactly.
That comes back to the entrepreneur, the business owner. It is up to you to do your homework. And so now we hold interviews. We want resumes. We want references. We want portfolios of your work. We want to see, because anybody can get on Canva or post on my wall and make flyers and say they build websites and don't have the ability to do that.
Exactly.
So you as an entrepreneur, because you're investing your money, this is your money, this is your investment. You can't shift that blame to the person who scammed you, because it's up to you to do your homework. You know, and make sure, because I just reached out to a young lady last night about doing my makeup for the Atlanta event in March. And I noticed that the pictures she had, I had seen them somewhere before. And I said, well, this ain't even that baby work.
Exactly.
It's not her work.
So she was using other people's
pictures.
Girl, let me tell you what happened.
They got it bad in the hair and makeup industry for posting other people's.
Yes, let me tell you this too. There was this guy just recently, and he know who he is. He out there scamming people, pretending that he worked for Sony, right? But when you go on his page, everything just started being posted as of December 13th.
So you're trying to build profitable relationships with people.
Girl, he talking about he worked for Sony, but he posting Target, Walmart, anything that he can post that look like something. Right. He was posting, and this person was like, "Oh, he worked for Sony, and he want me to do this, and he want me to do that." And we looking like, "Girl, he might be a rapist. He might be this, because he's scamming you. He ain't got no connections, no way."
Listen, so that's when it comes to when you start reaching out to these people. So let me tell you the technique. When you're reaching out to these people, you want to make sure that you have at least 3 to 5 mutual friends with this person, right? Because then that means the probability of that you know them. I can reach out to you and go, "Hey, are you familiar with Christine? You know, she says she owns Glamour Treats by Coco, and I'd like to know what kind of experience you've had with her. You know, I don't see any reviews on her business page. You know, it seems like she's fairly new. So you want to make sure that you have 3 to 5 friends with these people, right? So that you can kind of do some homework and learn. Then you want to go to their page and pay attention to the signs. Did they just start posting yesterday? You know, does the imagery look real? Because Photoshop is out here. You know, they can create anything. Have you seen these pictures anywhere? Do they have a website? Now, don't get me wrong. Websites aren't necessarily mandatory for everybody. We're in an age where websites are just more so for validation for people. You know, you get a lot more business outside your website than you do with your website. But you want a portfolio of their work. I want to see all of the treats that you have done. I want to see that you've been to events in Atlanta. I want to see what people have to say about you. Do you have some references of a recent event that you've done? I don't care what you did 2 years ago. What are you doing current day? And then you want to look at what it is that they're posting. Because a lot of people throw the title entrepreneur out there, and they're not entrepreneurs. These are people who want to be. These are people who aspire to be, but they don't necessarily operate as such. So you have hairstylists are notorious for running business pages like just World Star Hip Hop. You know, it just is what it is. So you want to kind of get a feel for, is this person someone that I can build and connect with? You don't just request them and then just hope that it's going to be a great relationship. You want to do your homework and make sure that they're like-minded. And if they're not, then you... That's my call.
We have a call. Let's go ahead and answer the call. Welcome to Spoken Sounds of Soul. Spoken Sounds of Soul. Who we have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Hi, this is Kim.
Hey, Kim. How are you?
Where you calling
from? How are
Kim?
you?
Hey, Kim.
I'm calling from New Jersey.
Hey. And do you have a question for me?
Hey, best friend.
Okay.
That's my best friend.
Hey, best friend.
Hi. I just called because I saw the topic, and I just wanted to let you know that my profitable friend is Christine Washington.
My profitable friend is Kim Steele.
You know, girl.
She's always supporting. And we gotta get her on the show when she comes to Atlanta. She has an amazing voice. Amazing voice.
Girl, you want to bust a tune for us real quick? See, I'm Dr. Harris. Put you on the spot.
You are my friend. That's all I'm giving.
No, we need some more of that. We need a little bit more of that. Just a little bit more, girl. Come on now.
Come on, best friend. Do it for me.
What do you want?
The same thing, just a more of it.
You know the song I like, boo. You know my song.
Oh, God. There I go, there I go, there I go, there I go. Pretty baby, you are such a soul who drops my control. Such a funny thing, but every time you're near me and every time you say, you give me a smile and then I'm wrapped up in your nightmare. There's music all around me, crazy music that keeps calling me so very close to you. How about that?
Yes.
Go, girl. Woo. Yes. See, that's when you know that you got a real sang.
Yes. Kim,
When they do it on the spot without no problem.
Kim,
You know what I'm saying?
Kim, tell them the name of your band.
Oh, Aya, AYA.
Very,
We do
very
jazz.
jazz. I wish you could be down here for our February event, but we're gonna get you back.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I love you,
Well,
best
thank
friend.
I love you too. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much
honey.
for tuning into Spoken
All right.
Sounds of Soul.
Definitely the ability of a profitable friend.
Yes.
A lot of times we think a profitable friend is someone who just monetarily supports you. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you need more than just monetary support.
Right.
And we know this thing is tough. It's not as easy as social media makes it. So just for her to call in and go, hey, sis, you know, I love you. You know, that is
The best support.
the best support.
Wow.
I'm sorry. You know, that is the best support. Sometimes we just need words of encouragement. So sometimes you will connect with an entrepreneur online and maybe they don't necessarily have a service that you offer, but every time you go to their page, they're uplifting, they're empowering, it's positive. You go there and your spirit feels good.
Yes.
That's a profitable friend as well.
Yes.
You know, like I said, it's just not monetary. Someone who spiritually uplifts you. Someone who encourages you, someone who keeps you accountable for what's going on, someone that you can meet for lunch and we talk business and we ain't gossiping.
That's it. And that's what me and my friend Kim relationship is. I can call and she know I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
She'll immediately start praying.
And
you have a praying friend in your corner, they're not asking you 50 million questions. What's going on? What's this? They immediately start praying for you.
Right.
That's somebody that I need to keep in my corner.
Absolutely.
When I'm wrong, she tells me, Chris, you was out of line. You was dead wrong.
Right.
And she's saying it from her heart.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be funny.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So with her, she is definitely a profitable friend.
Right.
I mean, it's just because she
but
knows
it's a mutually beneficial relationship. You know when to pour into her and she knows when to pour into you. You don't feel depleted when you leave the conversation as though you ever had one of those so-called friends where every time they call you, you dread the phone call.
Because it's drama.
It's drama. It's chaos. It's always the same problem. They don't want no solution. You get off the phone and you just feel like, wow.
Just draining.
And well, then that's not a friend. And see, the problem with profitable friend is that word friend shouldn't be used so loosely.
Right. You have to redefine what it means to be a friend and be honest with yourself. It was a moment in my life 2 years ago where I realized I don't really have any friends. I have women that I know.
Exactly.
I have associates. I have people I've done business with, but I don't really have any friends. Now today, current day, I know Tarshiana Morrow is my friend who called me before I got here. Hey, sis, what's going on with you? I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
You know, although she's in Dallas and I was in the DMV, she was watching my podcast, probably online right now watching this, just to let you know I love you and I support you and I got your back. And whatever it is you need, you know, let me know. You know, those are the people that you want in your life. Those are the people that are profitable friends. Those are the people who have the ability to say, you messing up.
And she's the only one that can calm me. When I'm like upset,
right.
I had an incident the other day and I called her. She immediately started crying. My mom was somewhere else. Like I was crying, everything. But when I called her and another good friend, Pastor Stacy, immediately, before I can breathe,
you have to check that.
She started praying.
You have to check that, and you have to say, when these people that I call my friends show up in my life, how do I feel? Right. Do I feel better? Do I feel empowered? Do I feel loved? Do I feel supported?
Or do you only feel that way when it's beneficial for them?
When it's beneficial for them. Right.
That's the question that's the thing that I have to realize when it comes to my friend list is that, you know, you can be a friend to everybody else, But when can you really say that somebody is really being a friend to you?
To you.
And that's one of the things that has been, my best friend died on my birthday 3 years ago.
I knew that.
And yeah, she died of cancer, like 3 different types of cancer. It just ate her up within a year's time. And, I was here. She's actually from Jersey.
Okay.
And, I loved her to death. And it's crazy because our birthday was 1 day apart, same exact age.
Uh-huh.
And she lived to be 41, and then she died on my birthday.
Gotcha.
And, with her, I can say that she's taking things to the grave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
She's literally taking things to the grave with her regarding me. And at the end of the day, she was the one, like, it's hard to compare to her.
Right. Right.
Because she was my true friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, my true friend. So my birthday sometimes is bittersweet because, I know that I have to do what I'm doing because this is something that she always even encouraged me to do.
Right.
When nobody else would
go, how far did your friendship go back with her?
8 years. Only 8 years.
And the thing about it, me and my best friend Kim in New Jersey, we've been friends for over like 30-something years.
Wow.
We have not had one argument.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
She gets her space, I get my space.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk every day. We talk maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But
that's okay. You understand the
right.
position
Exactly.
that you are in each other's lives. Sometimes we have to question ourselves. Who am I in her life?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a profitable friend in those people's lives that I want to befriend me? How do I show up and show out? And when it comes to business, because this thing works on both sides of the fence.
It does.
This thing works on both. It's not just business. It's not just personal. It works on both sides of the fence. When it comes to business, how am I showing up in other people's businesses that I'm asking to support me? Like you said, I'm always there, but that person isn't showing up in return to be able to offer. So you have to go, okay, when I need something, do I have to hound you?
Right.
Do I have to email you a bunch of times?
Or when I invite
you
to something.
When I invite you to something,
can I expect you to really show up?
Support.
Right. Support.
When Kim performs, like I said, she lives up near Philly. When she performs, I get on a flight and I go.
Right.
And you're like, best friend, you always show up to my show.
And, and having realistic expectations. That doesn't mean, as a profitable friend, that doesn't mean that every single time Christine needs something, I'm going to be able to do it, because sometimes time just doesn't permit, or I don't have the resources to assist you. But hey, you know what? I know that Miss Harris does. When I can't help somebody, I'm the person that goes, I don't have it to help you. But when we talked the other day about the Facebook ad, I said, listen, that's not my area of expertise. I kind of know, but I don't know well enough to charge you. Right. So let me gear you over to here, and hopefully they can help you. And if that person can't help you, let me know. We're going to figure it out.
You definitely did.
So are you a walking resource for people? Yes. Are they a walking resource for you? Do you have great referrals that you can go, you know what, anytime I'm getting ready to create something, that's all we're ever doing in business, is creating something. Do I have a circle of people, a core circle of people that if they can't help me, they can reach out and they can find the services for me? Right. Or am I always struggling to get things done?
We have another caller calling in. Just a second. Thank you for tuning in to Spoken Sounds of Soul with Terry Tlove Coleman and Miss Christine Washington. Whom do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, my name is Lolita Terry.
Well, hey, Lolita, there goes a profitable friend.
Hey, Lolita. Hey, Lolita.
Hey, ladies.
How are you today?
I am enjoying the show.
Great. I am glad. Now, Lolita, who's on your profitable friend list for 2018? And what I mean, who, I don't mean a name. I mean, what does that person have to have for you?
For me, we definitely have to be like-minded. Mindset is so important to me this year. If we're not on the same wavelength, then I just don't see how we're able to go forward in 2018. It's so important.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Being on the same page with that person, you both have the same understanding, going for almost the same thing.
Right. And you don't have to agree upon everything. Right. Definitely profitable friends in your life. You want to, you know, to be like-minded, but you also want to be able to respect differences of opinion. And
right.
When I say emotionally immature is when people can't respect the differences of opinion. So yes, and myself and Lolita being profitable friends, we have differences of opinion on religion, but guess what? We still show up and show out in each other's lives otherwise because we respect each other enough to go,
right.
That's okay for you, sister,
right.
and it blesses
That's what
you.
works for you.
That's
right.
what works for you, and that's okay. But how can we meet in the middle?
And what that's called is bridging the gap between nationalities and religion. And
absolutely.
That's what we focus on here, because see, as a people, we come in many nationalities,
right?
And then we may have been raised in a certain religion.
Right.
But religion has nothing to do with spirituality. If you understand that we're both two spiritual beings, and anything else with the religious tactics to keep us separated is less powerful than us being the two people that come together.
Right.
Then you can move forward with that difference in opinion. That doesn't make me love you any less.
No, not at
it
all.
Doesn't make me treat you any different because of your belief system. Your belief system is your belief system.
And that's what you have to understand.
But as long as you believe in me,
absolutely. There we go.
As long as you believe in me,
long as you believe in me,
and I believe in you.
Right. And that's the thing about the profitable friends list is it's not that you're going to agree upon everything, and it's not that this person is going to be mutually beneficial in every area, but it's where you can build. Where you can build.
Sometimes I just need somebody to talk to.
Sometimes that's that,
and sometimes that could be better than money for me. Because if I'm talking to somebody and they're calming me down from wanting to, do something that can take me off course from what I'm doing, then that's more profitable for me than somebody giving me a couple dollars.
Right. Sometimes you need to think it out. Sometimes you need to just express how you're feeling, and you need someone to kind of be a soundboard so you can hear yourself. And sometimes you already got the answer, and you don't know you got the answer because you don't have anyone to talk to. That's why building relationships with entrepreneurs is so important for me, because if don't nobody else get it, y'all get it. You got it when my car got repossessed. You got it when I was back in the welfare line. You got it when I could barely feed my kids. You hear what I'm saying?
What'd you say, Sweetie Pie?
I was saying that's what makes my relationship with Tara so great, because when she and I met, I thought that we were a bit different, but it was what she was able to bring out in me, and what I was able to add to her that was missing. It was a part of me that was missing, and because we don't share the same religion, it just didn't have anything to do with what she was able to bring out in me.
Exactly.
And I'm always grateful for that, for our friendship, and mostly the mentorship that she has given me. It has been very profitable, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Which lets you know that the religious tactics is not even important. But spirituality is what keeps y'all joined together, which is the Most High.
Absolutely. The Most High God. And, she has gone in a different direction with business and been able to connect to some of my profitable friends, created her own list of profitable friends, and doing great things. And we still uplift and support. We still talk as though we have a client coach relationship, and we do, but it's not formal.
Right.
And it's like, hey, sis, you're going in a different direction. That's okay. How can I help you?
Right.
How can I help you? And if you want to come back to this lane, I'm still gonna help you.
Right. And that's what it's all about, is that we all get a chance to help each other.
Right.
You come into a lot of people where that they want everything for themselves. They don't want to help you build. Like, that's something I never understood. Because
don't get me wrong, there's a fine line, and I'm sorry, I mean to interject. There's a fine line when it comes to bartering and trading and building profitable friends. You can't expect everything to be given, because some of this stuff is how people.
That's what you get here in Atlanta. There's so many people that want everything for free.
You can't expect
How can you do business?
Well, what I'm talking about is, like, Tara, if you had some information that would better me, you would tell me.
Absolutely.
But there's some people that keep their mouth shut because they don't want to share.
But I'm gonna tell you, I use the spirit of discernment as well.
There you go.
Right. Now, I'm not giving it to everybody.
Right.
Trust and believe.
Some people want it for the wrong reason.
Some people want it for the wrong reason. Some people want. I've had people hire me just to get behind the scenes of my work guys to use them for themselves. So you have to use the spirit of discernment. You have to be careful and allow God to show you who you're supposed to give to, who you're not supposed to give to. Let's be clear.
And it's so crazy that you said that, because yesterday as I was creating the contracts for BPU Radio, God told me to do a confidentiality statement. He said, when you've done that confidentiality statement, you need to put a clause in it that it's not just while they're at your station. When they leave your station, they still don't need to share none of your valuable information, period. Right. And then we have to watch who we share information with, because some people, they try to take it and run with it. I'm a firm believer that when people do that, though, it surely should crash in their face.
It will. Don't get me wrong, but you still, as an entrepreneur, you want to ensure that you are protecting your business. When we connected, there was a website proposal, there was a contract that needed to be signed, because I have to protect my business at the end of the day. And when you don't, you end up in situations that you may not be able to come out of.
Just like this television network, I've been building it now for 1.5 years behind the scenes, but I don't talk to nobody about what's being done, because it's so much valuable information, valuable people, that sometimes people, a lot of people, what they want to do is they want to be or want to do what you're doing. So they'll do anything to try
to attach themselves to it. We experienced that in the last 3 months that we have been working on a seat at my sister's table. It's been some sisters that came along the way that was like, wow, you know, based on the emails we got or based on the conversations that we had, it was very clear they were not there to support or love.
They were there to try to find out what they can do.
What they can do, how they can pull the information and use it for themselves. So again, spirit of discernment and paying attention and protecting yourself in your business. This is not about.
And then you don't only pay attention to what people do to you, you also pay attention to what they do to other people.
That's why checking their references, making sure they give resumes is very important. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you have done everything that you think you need to do to create this profitable relationship, and you still get burned.
Yes, and we have somebody else that want to call in, 404-382-0417. That's 404-382-0417. And so that is the call-in number. And we thank you so much for calling in, sis. We thank you for your input. We thank you for being a profitable friend to our new family member over here, Miss Coach Tara. We thank you for being a profitable friend. Because we all need them, especially as women in business, even as men in business. Everybody needs profitable friends. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But everybody does not have them. And now, just because of this topic today, I'm looking more for profitable people in my life that can earn the title of a friend.
You have to be intentional about the connections that you're making in your life. Thank you, Lolita. We appreciate you. You have to be intentional about the relationship that you are creating. But you also have to understand that sometimes people come again for season, reason, and lifetime. So you may encounter someone who was a profitable friend to you in this season, and then the relationship has ended. And that's where letting go comes in place. And knowing that, okay, I was allowed to cross paths with this person for whatever reason. They were a model for me. They did an event for me. And now the relationship is over. We struggle with letting go of relationships that have expired.
Right. And see, sometimes what happens is, because I used to be in that mode of just cutting people off, because when I seen something that, let me know that who you were, I would just cut you off with no explanation or nothing. But then I had to, because of who I am and because of the mission that God has me on, I had to become a little bit more compassionate for people.
Right.
But what happens sometimes is you start letting that compassion be a weakness for you.
You will.
And that's my problem. My compassion was becoming a weakness for me because my heart was saying, help, help, help. But then the situations were, you're helping everybody, but who's helping you?
Right. And so that's where, again, spirit of discernment comes in. That's where you cannot become so emotionally attached to your purpose that you can't see.
Yes, yes.
Because when you become emotionally attached to people that God has allowed you to cross paths with, you would have learned the lesson. It's time to release and let go, but you still holding on. Right.
Yes,
because you like them for whatever reason, or you don't understand that the lesson has already occurred. Maybe you missed the lesson.
Yes. And what we're getting ready to do, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. Miss Terry Tlove Coleman has come in, and we're going to go ahead and release Spoken Sounds of Soul after 2 songs. We're going to come back with Miss Terry Tlove Coleman.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, y'all did good. Yeah. Oh my God, you gotta leave, don't you? Yeah, I gotta leave. I'm glad you're over. I need to get away. Go home and throw my clothes on. Come get you right away. Can't wait to see you looking lovely. I hope you're thinking of me. Cause how long all this time and you don't need nothing more.
Okay, we got another call. Thank you for calling into BPU Radio, Spoken Sounds of Soul with Terry Tlove Coleman, Christine Washington, and John Pierre. Whom do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Octavia.
Hey, Octavia. Can I put you on hold for just a second, sweetie pie?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Octavia.
Hey, dear, how are you?
What's up? What's up? We're going to put you on a quick hold real quick, and we'll be right back with you, dear. Can't wait to speak to you.
No problem. No problem.
All right, so.
I see you cross the room. I love you with some things. I'm so proud to you. So attracted to you too. You're so damn into me. Everything you do, 'cause I am so I'm so we don't leave nobody there. I got you. Got you. Let's make it last forever. I'm so in love. First thing in the morning. Yeah. And I open my eyes and see you. I feel like a breath of fresh air. I feel like I'm it's like you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be. Growing, getting better. You're not the person they see. Can't be mad at the things you've been through. But they built your muscle. Now you're stronger than you've ever been. They can't stop.
I just saw that film. chose to fall from the sky, and I was up so high, slowly fading, losing my glow. Going so fast and the world is moving so slow. Now I got to get in, to fit in, to go with the flow. Those who understand know not, they lack the knowledge of knowing that I'm living.
This person won't take by. You cannot be denied. Your girl is certified. Official. Hey, testify. He's gonna bless you. You're gonna bless him. Oh, God.
We are back. We are back. And we have a caller on hold, so we're going to go ahead and take that call. And we will go ahead and take that call just now. Sorry for the host, Sweetie Pie. And whom do we have a pleasure speaking with again?
This is Octavia.
Hey, Octavia, how are you today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
All right, we're going to go ahead and release the mic to our host, Miss Terry Tlove Coleman.
What's up, Octavia? Do you have a question for us today?
Well, I have never been on the show before, and so I see you all post today, and I just wanted to support, and I see that your subject is about who's on your profitable friend list. Is that your question for the day?
Correct, yes. Correct.
All right, so I guess my question to you ladies would be, well, let's see, how do you build a wonderful, profitable friend list that allows you to be able to cater to your clients and be able to cater to prospective clients?
Hi, Octavia. I'm Coach Tara. I'm the one who has created a profitable friends list. I would say, first of all, you need to really look over your current friends list and remove those people that are not mutually beneficial to you, that you are not creating and connecting, developing and planning together. And then once you're able to release those people, then you can obviously make way for new people. It's really hard to make way for new people when you're holding on to old people, places and situations. So I would challenge you to do that first. And then once you start to remove those people, replacing them is, allowing yourself to reach out to individuals that have services that your clients may need, because sometimes we offer services to our clients, but they have other needs outside of that, right? So now we're seeking out individuals. What type of business do you own?
I am a professional public speaker as well as a coach and a trainer.
So what you need in your business as far as professional speaking, you would need imagery. So you want to reach out to photographers. You need your hair done. So you want to reach out to hairstylists. You need clothing, so you want to reach out to boutique owners. You need your nails done, your makeup done. So think about the things that you need to present your best self when it comes to your coaching services, right? So then you want to connect with those type of people. You have a service that they need. See, I'm a coach as well. All my friends are entrepreneurs. They need a service from me. At some point in the game, they need a service from me. So we can barter and trade, exchange services, so that you are creating, again, a mutually beneficial relationship, a profitable friend. And then when it comes to your fitness business, now you want to examine that the same way. So if you know that you're only training people in the gym, you may want to connect with someone who does meal planning. Right. And now you can create a mutual beneficial relationship. Well, now you all are creating packages. They're coming to you for the fitness training, and then they're getting the food from her. Now y'all split whatever it is that you decided the cost would be for them. If you know someone who owns a gym, now all three of you have a mutually beneficial relationship that you can create different revenues, different streams of income. Or if you know someone who sells fitness attire, tennis shoes, headbands, caps, whatever it is that your prospects would need as it relates to fitness. Because that ain't, water bottles. Think about all of the things that you could possibly sell to someone and the people who offer the service.
I love this.
Yes, ma'am. I know you do.
Well, this is okay. Well, thank you so much. I never really looked at it that way, and I'm always thinking about, getting rid of about 400 or 500 people off of my Facebook list that are inactive because there's no purpose for them.
Right.
But then when I pull people off, I always get this list of people who are like, "Well, why did you take me off?" And I'm like, "I didn't even know you were active because you don't do anything." And
You don't
so,
comment, you don't do
nothing.
Right.
They just pass you by, look at your
Right.
page.
And, and a lot of people have that question. I have a boot camp called the Hustle Harder Boot Camp, and this is one of the strategies that I teach in it. And a lot of people, that's one of their major concerns. Well, what am I going to say? And you let this person know, hey, listen, I'm rebuilding, I'm restructuring my business. I'm looking to connect with like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs that I can barter and trade, exchange services, create a network. And unfortunately, you don't fit on that list of requirements. It's not a dig. It's not that I don't love you, I don't care about you, but I have to make, it's not personal. I have to make space for those people that I connect with because I'm running my Facebook page like a business. And you don't have to be that long and drawn out depending upon the relationship that you have with people. But let me tell you something, a lot of people they're not going to inbox you. They don't even know you're gone.
okay.
Like
Well,
people
I'm
over in
gonna
Italy and Germany.
Right.
Well, thank you. This was so random to call you. I had 15 spare minutes, and I thought, well, let me try this. I've never gotten to get on this call, so this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for this insight.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Octavia. Much love to you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. Have a great day,
Being a
you guys.
blessing. All right. So, Tira, I love what you're doing. I love what you stand for. I was able to I missed the first part of the show. I just would like to recap on some of the themes. So our listeners who are just viewing in, because I just tuned into my Facebook social media.
Right.
So some of the people what is your brand? What is your strategy? And how can we become more successful in 2018 by looking at our circle, our social circle, as a profitable friends.
Right. Well, as I was telling the Christina, Miss Harris, I started running a business about 5 years ago, a boutique, and I went through every single struggle that entrepreneurs go through and feeling unsupported. And so I had to really examine my circle and the people that I was connecting with. And I was in a new city, and I didn't know anybody, and the city was very territorial at the time. And you kind of feel like the doors are being closed on you because you don't know anyone or you don't fit or whatever. And so I understood in that moment that when people won't let you be a part of their circle, you have to create your own circle. Create your own circle, no matter where you are, no matter what city you're in, wherever you built your business, whether it's native to you or not. And so that's where the term profitable friends came in, because I had to get honest about the people that were on my friends list on social media, being connected to people you haven't talked to in 20 years. There's nothing mutual about your relationship. You're pouring into them, they're not pouring into you. And so I had to learn how to release. And it's hard for people because we got social media up here so high as a requirement of our friendships with people. And so I had to get honest about, I am not an expert in every avenue of my business. And I need to connect with people who have the ability to help me go to the next level in my business. That is one of the major reasons why, especially Black businesses, don't make it out of the infancy stage, because they're trying to be everything to their business that they don't even know how. You're not an expert marketer. Why are you trying to market? You're not an accountant. Why are you trying to do the bookkeeping for your business? One being because you don't have capital. You don't have the money to pay these people. And that's where your profitable friends list comes in, so that you can start bartering and trading, exchanging services with people so that you can get your needs met and they can get their needs met. Like the example that I just gave the young lady. You know people that you're able to connect with. And if you don't know them, you need to reach out and start looking for them. Be intentional in looking for them. Get rid of the dead weight. Get rid of the dead weight. Get honest about the relationships that you have with these people and start connecting with new people, whether it be in your Facebook business group. Stop pitching. Stop pitching in the Facebook business group that you're in and look to create relationships with people.
Right. And it's not just in social media. It's
in general
life.
general.
Because this is something that I had to take into my life because I'm so loyal as a friend that when I befriend you, I'm like loyal. You have to really like hurt me for me to just kind of cut you off. But I had to learn how to let people go. This one friend that I was, interacting with as from childhood, she would be like, oh, you're too good to come by and see me now. You think, no, it's not that. It's just that, you want to get high. I know. We're
my life has
changed.
You have nothing
in common.
Right.
So therefore, I wish you well. If you call me or whatever, I may call you or I see you in the street. I said, but I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm not
obligated, to stay friends with people. When I stopped partying, drinking, drugging, doing all of that in my 20s and my early 30s, people fell by the wayside really fast. And I realized I had a lot of drinking buddies. I had a lot of club buddies. You're not obligated to stay friends with people who no longer serve your highest good.
And this is good for my husband who's listening. So I hope he's listening right now because he said to me, I have no friends. All my friends don't want to talk to me no more. I said, good.
Good.
I said, I'm your friend. I said, because I want to see you do good. The majority of your friends, all they want from you is what they can get out of you. The only time they call you is to create havoc in your life. To talk about me and how I'm controlling your life. Okay, but me, I'm the one who's being a blessing. If your friends, when you were down and out, they weren't there to help you. Now that you're up on your feet and you're doing well, they want to call you. Can you put a car in my name? No.
Well, you'll find out who your friends are, whether
profitable friends.
Profitable friends, whether you're. I used to say, when you're down and out, you find out who your friends are, but get up.
Yeah,
they're profitable
too. They're profitable for them,
for themselves,
but he can't depend on them, because
so that's where honest examination comes in, and really looking at your friendships for what they are, and stop, trying to sugarcoat. Well, I know her 20 years.
Yeah, that's
what
her
mom and them and her dad and them used to do. When someone does something nice for you and it's genuine
from their heart,
you don't owe them for the rest of your life. Reason, season, lifetime. I was telling them earlier, I ended 2 20-year relationships because it no longer served my highest good. It took me a long time to end them, though. They should have been ended. But I had to get honest. I am no longer the person that they met. I have evolved and grown beyond this relationship. And that's whether it's intimate relationships, friendships, or business partnerships. When you have evolved past that person and that person is still trying to get you to be who you used to be.
No.
That's a power trip. Because a lot of times they can control you when you are powerless, when you are down and out, you're depressed, you're stressed out, you're doing all these things that are not good.
They like you like that.
They like you like that. And so once you can get honest and go, like you said, you only call me when you need some money. You only call me when you need a ride. You only call me when this. I'm pouring into you, but you're not pouring into me. And I'm completed. Once I finish this exchange of energy with you, I have to let you go. And let me tell you something. You don't owe an explanation.
I had a friend that only wanted me around when I benefited them. And if I didn't benefit them, I wasn't of no use. So carrying your luggage. I'm not no bad carrier. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I don't mind helping you out. But don't you have a friend, I could call on them to help me clean up or to help me do this or help me do that. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend when you want to just talk, when you want to just, watch the TV or, yeah. So this is
friends are here. You can't be up here and they treat you like you're
down here. Friends are equal. You're my equal. So and
that's why you have to have that profitable friends or on the same page.
We're moving in the same direction. We want great things for one another. We hold each other accountable. We uplift and we empower. If I call you and say, hey, Kim, is it Kim? I'm sorry. T-Love, I don't know where it is. If I call you T-Love and I say, hey, I'm working on building this business, and then the next time you talk to me, I don't say anything. The next time you talk to me, I don't say anything. I need you to hold me accountable. I thought you said did you get your business plan together? Did you do this? So it's all about uplifting and empowering and not this exchange of energy where I'm just always like, I really avoid answering the phone to you. You know, I really feel some type of way when I'm done talking to you, or I feel less than when I'm around talking to you. Right, you know it's a problem if I answer this phone, or like I'm always sending you the voicemail. Or it's in those relationships that don't uplift and empower and motivate you. Hey, ladies, I mean, the women, especially from Dallas to Oklahoma. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to the ladies in Oklahoma. We built a relationship 3 years ago. Anything that I got going, I'm here in Atlanta. I had an event in the DMV over the weekend. I reached out to all the sisters I know in Dallas and all the sisters I know in Oklahoma and said, hey, I need donations. I need sponsorship. They were sending their items to a sister they didn't even know, because that's where I was going to be, you know, without a problem. Because they know when they connect to me, whatever they need, I got them.
That's the friend that I
got them.
And that's the friends that I am building. Right. Because I had the leeches where I was always doing. I don't know what it's like for people to actually.
That's hard.
So when Christine started doing that, okay, you know, it was kind of like, okay, thank you. I'm so.
Let me tell you. But I want something.
But she doesn't. She's so genuine, and she's just so about it. And you know, I'm getting gangster, y'all. She's just all around genuine, and I just never met so many. The people that I have in my circle now, are the people, because I had to uproot all the negativity in my life. I had to.
But also understanding that as Black business owners, you know, it's almost like we operate out of like there's this scarcity, like there's just not enough money. There's not enough events. There's not enough, you know, there's so much to go around. There's so much money out here, but we are pitted against one another. It's conquer and divide attitude that we don't want to help one another. You know, a lot of that has so much to do with, you know, programming and conditioning and things that happen way before you and I. But unfortunately, yes, we are stronger together, but we have to be realistic. Some of our mindsets are very sick. And it is about, let me figure out how I can use you to get to the next level, and then I don't know you anymore. So that's where I said earlier, the spirit of discernment comes in, and knowing who is for you, and who is going to, you know, help see you along the way, and vice versa. But then also knowing that it may just be God allowing your paths to cross for a moment in time, and it's not a lifetime friend. Don't get emotionally attached when it comes to business. Business has. There's no room for emotion in business.
I had to learn to put up this armor. I had to put on an actual armor because my heart was so soft. And I had to be strong. I had people say, oh, she's a big now. No, I'm not. No. I just tell it like it is.
I just understand my worth.
I
have boundaries. I respect myself and I respect my business. When I first started respecting Queen, you could have got anything you wanted from me. I was giving away. I just wanted to be, you know, Black-owned business and help all Black people, you know, in love. And then I had to understand, first of all, there are no emotions in business. There are no emotions in business. It is business, business, business. Period. Point blank. I had to understand my own worth. I had to understand the worth of the product and the services that I was offering. I had to stop negotiating my worth with people. I had to stop letting people do the, hey sis, hey sis, you gotta, you know, it's already on sale, but you want a discount. You know, I had to be firm in how I operated my business, but that came with a lot of body shots, a lot of blows, a lot of heartaches, a lot of crying, a lot of repossessed cars, and, you know, broke and can't pay the bills, all of that, until I got to a space and said, this is my business. This is my dream. And I'm going to connect to people that can help me see it come into fruition. And if you can't, it's not that I'm going to crap on you, but I am going to shift you about the way. I need that space. I need that space to be able to do what I need to do. And I also have to be able to go, you know what, listen, at the end of the day, you're not good for business. And it's not personal. And I will hope that we can remain friends. But if we can't, because usually we can't, because you take it personal, I wish you will. And I have to keep going. I process things real fast. And so I don't let things linger over me, and I don't beat myself up. When I know that I have come correct in the situation, I have conducted myself in a professional manner, listen, you have to feel how you have to feel.
Because that's sometimes, oh, sorry. Go ahead. Shoot, I need a suitcase, but I ain't saying nothing to you.
So Coach Tara, tell everybody your business and how they can reach you, how they can contact you if they're interested in any of your services.
Got you. I am Coach Tara Jackson on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for branding and marketing. You can find me at info@tarajackson.com or www.tarajackson.com. I'm going to leave some business cards for you all. I also have Respect the Queen, where I do a lot of personal development, life coaching. I'm Respect the Queen LLC on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I can be found at respectthequeen.com. I'm also the co-facilitator of A Seat at My Sister's Table. It's an 18-month tour. We do dinner events for Black women where we talk life, we talk business, we talk barriers, we talk about everything that you could possibly imagine as far as sisterhood is concerned. We are going to be here in Atlanta, March the 10th from 2 to 6 p.m. It literally is A Seat at My Sister's Table, where we will embrace and love about 30 women. We have therapists on deck. We have life coaches on deck. We have food. We have gift bags, just a lot of love and helping sisters to one, create these profitable friends, but more from a sisterhood point of view. You can grab your tickets at aseatatmysisterstable.com. We are on Facebook, Instagram as well. Shout out to Nikki Thoughts on Instagram, April Gathers on Facebook. That is the co-host. She's actually the creator of A Seat at My Sister's Table. And she just jumped on me and said, girl, I love you. I want you to do this with me. And so you can find me at any one of those avenues. I will do complimentary consultations for branding and marketing for your listeners who may want to learn how to really, really develop a plan of action as it relates to profitable friends. So get with me. And thank you for having me.
We have a phone number?
214-945-3797.
Okay. March 10th. I'm looking forward to
Yes,
it. I'm looking forward to
to
connecting
come.
with you.
I want
Yes.
to come back.
Yeah, we definitely got to
build.
we
coming back.
Yeah.
It's 3 of you guys, right?
Well, Nikki is in. It's 2 of us for A Seat at My Sister's Table.
Okay.
And Nikki is in the DMV, so maybe we can come. She'll be here March 9th. Maybe we can figure out how to get her in so that we can come and just talk about A Seat at My Sister's Table.
Well, I would like to get you back before that because I think this is something that people need to listen to on a regular basis. So I would like to maybe at least invite you at least once a month.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen, girl, that guy opened the door. I absolutely don't come through it.
Exactly.
I would love to. I would love to. I would absolutely love to.
Yeah. If not, every day. I'm trying to put you on the show.
Hey,
we need that.
May be able to have that. I ain't gonna say we maybe. We'll be able to have that conversation and see how I can come in because I would love to. I was telling them earlier.
It's done. It's done.
You say it's done.
It's done. It's my show. I can do what I want. I know you right.
It's the producer.
Okay. But anyway. Because I feel like, coming in, women, and speaking with you, I mean, just your vibe, your energy, I love it. Thank you. The information that you have to offer and to give, and I feel like it will build us as a union as well as enlarge your territory. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm so excited. But I also would like to invite you out on the 27th. I invited Christine, my friend. She's having a vision board party. I feel like you guys are on the same page. I feel like you guys will connect. Dr. Alexis Branch, I don't know if you
I'm new to Atlanta, so.
Oh, well, this is someone that I feel like you really would love to be in her circle as well as she'd love to be in yours. So I would love to invite you guys out on the 27th. I will give you more information in regards to that event. On the 27th, I know it's at the Blue Dome. I'm not quite sure at the time, but I did send that out to y'all today. Yeah. So I'll just give you the information on it. And listeners, I'll give it to you next week so you guys can tune in. And plus, I will post it on my social media page. But yeah, I would love